Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Nina, the simple Kenyan girl. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get everything coming right your way. So, as you know, last week it was a very sad week for women, especially in Kenya, because of the incident that happened in Forest Road. But thankfully, the government has taken action to the people who are involved. But I thought to myself, I'll share some of the things that women need to know, especially when it comes to protecting yourself, especially when you're somewhere you know you are not safe. Yeah. And following your gut and instincts. Yeah. So let me start with how to stay safe if you aren't physically able to protect yourself. And this is actually something that all women, including girls, are supposed to have in their phones. If you own a phone, this is something that you should definitely have on in it, especially on emergency. First things first is the police number. You should have a police number. Any police that you know, whether personally or just someone that referred you to, you should have a police number on the phone. Why am I saying this? Because when you're in a public area and dial your local emergency service, if you're feeling in danger, this might actually come in handy and you might be rescued before things go wild. Yeah. So that is one. Another thing is stay in a well lit public area. And I know not all job conditions are able to give women this, because you might be harmed anywhere you go. Yeah. And by staying in a place, or just telling someone you're in a certain area, or just having an emergency dial when you see things are going haywire and you didn't actually expect it, that's another good tip. Yeah. So don't go home or turn away from crowds. Walk into a store or a coffee shop and ask for help, especially if it's something that's happening or someone is following you or stalking you. This is actually a really nice way. And when you go to such places, they might help you by calling the police, or assisting you, with protecting you until help comes. Yeah. So another thing is carry protection, whether it's a pepper spray, whether it's a personal safety alarm that might just tell your person or just anyone that you're close to that you are in danger, or a lipstick taser. This is something that you use to just stick it on someone. It doesn't have permanent damage, but it can actually shock the person and you can run away. Or a self-defense tool, and this comes in all combination of all this stuff, and you might feel really, really secure. And to an extent, you can you can arm yourself. Just do it in a legal way. Yeah. Yeah. So it really saddened a lot of women, especially across the country, especially when it comes to safety. If you don't know, not everywhere, but most countries, not all women are safe. Using public transport in Kenya too is, you can be really traumatized by things that happen in public transport, especially to women and to some men too. So I think it's really, really nice to be aware and just be extra cautious. Be extra cautious wherever you're going as a woman. Another thing is, when you see that you're alone and you can't fight it, it's really good to have any of these self-defensing weapons that you can you can use. Yeah. Some Another tip I would like to give to women, especially when you're going out and you can't look like, you can't look ugly all the time. Yeah, you can look pretty. Let's say you're going to a party, make sure you go with people you trust. Another thing, if you are you're going to the grocery shop and you're looking nice, there's sometimes in the month when you're glowing all the time, and it's fine to look awesome. Yeah. And when you're going to the grocery store and there are men who are going to just call your name or just do the annoying stuff that they do, and then when you ignore them they talk badly at you, put on your earphones, my dear. Put on your earphones, just listen to music if it's something that really affects you. And this is actually something really nice that might help you, especially when there are times we are in this life, like we know all the challenges that we face. There are times that you go through a lot in your personal life, and when someone tells you out there, when you're just walking and they tell you something that's really really hurtful, it can actually make you feel like, oh, now this is the end. But I promise you, dear, when you put on your earphones and you just mind your business out there, you ignore them, you will be okay. Yeah. And if it's something that has been recurring more often, I think it's nice to just walk into a police station and report it. Yeah. And you never know, action might be taken. Action might be taken. So stay strong. I'd like to share some other tips, because this is something that I have realized a lot when I listen to all these assaulting stories that are being told, whether on the television, whether in an article or a personal story. It's all about someone that you know. Yeah. And I'm talking about the sexual assaults, the sexual harassments that happen within a family setting or a friendly setting. Yeah. So one thing I would advise is learn to develop boundaries even with people you know. And I'll expand on this. The Rape, Abuse and Incest National Network reports that 70% of sexual violent cases aren't committed by random strangers, no, in a dark alley, but by people we know, including family, friends, partners, co-workers, etc. This can cause us to let our guard down, like, it's someone I know, there's nothing that can happen, now you close the door. Yeah. So we might be too embarrassed or too shy or too scared, or you're scared to have the other person's feeling, and we don't always think about ourselves. So some of the essential principles of preventing yourself include: one, awareness. Make sure you are aware of your environment as much as possible. Limit distractions when you're walking from place to place or other public settings. Don't constantly stare down at your phone. Make sure you can hear people around you, and have key ready. Walk with purpose. And this is something else that I realized. You see, when people have these long hanger keys, especially women, it's something that you can protect yourself with, because when you can knock out your what are they called, these people, when they come to attack you, you can just use it to protect yourself. Yeah. And let me say, for example, when you're walking into your car and someone comes from the back, you can just kick them. We are strong women, we are strong. And I believe when you are in that setting or that environment that you feel you're so not sure of your safety, I am sure that strength comes from within, and you can kick this person. Just avoid the chest and the head, because when you hit these areas, you might murder that person. And yes, it's self-defense, but it's a different case when it comes to that. Yeah. But yeah, another thing that you should be really aware of, these are the essential principles. Another thing is boundaries. So make it a point to ask yourself why somebody makes you uncomfortable. Yeah, be verbal with them. No matter how much you want the friendship or relationship to work, if they can't respect your boundaries, they are somebody you shouldn't have in your life. And I know cutting off people ain't easy. No, it's not easy. But if they can't respect your boundaries, it's good to just avoid them. Just for the sake of your own safety, for you to feel like you're okay, like you're sane yourself. Yeah. Yeah, so these are some of the tips that I really wanted to share, because we as women out here, it's not easy, it's really difficult for us. And yeah, I hope you learned something new. If you have ever used any of these tips, please comment down below and tell me how it worked for you. I would really love to know. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And if you love my content, please subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Stay blessed, stay safe. Bye bye.